The Undercity is perilous. But I recall Minsc making a home down there in the old days.
You will find him.
Wait, who's standing there?
Arabella.
Arabella seems not to notice you as you approach. She's as intent on examining a peculiar stone as she is unbothered by the corpses littered on the ground.
Ah, this must be the girl Arabella.
Hey! I had a feeling you'd show up. It's sort of our thing, like it's fate or something. Check out the stone. It's magic. Incredible, right?
Arabella's inner voice is quieted by thoughts from the far past. The stone holds records of all those who have passed by it. The histories flow from Arabella into you, creatures slain, lovers reunited, spells crackling through the air. The girl is collecting every last vision. It's as natural as breathing for her.
You're right. That stone is incredible. I saw past events as if I'd been there myself.
And I've only scratched the surface. I want to know everything. Bone Man was right. The weave will take care of me. I just need to listen.
There are corpses everywhere. What happened?
Bandits came at me with daggers. They didn't know who they were messing with.
Have you been on your own this whole time?
Yep, and I like it that way. Bone Man told me to follow the weave, to let it guide me. I've learnt a lot thanks to him, and I'm still learning. Don't worry about me, I'll be just fine. I'll see you soon enough. Bone Man said so.
Well then, I believe his words. See you soon, Arabella.
Water looks brackish at best.
A wellspring of city scum for us to splash around in. Lovely.
Think I'll avoid a dip in that particular pool.
Seems to be stuck.
No use. It's blocked. Karlak?
Sure. All the coin seems to be there, if a little blood-stained. You lot are enthusiastic about your lord's work.
Our Lady. We serve only the absolute.
Oh, silly me. We Zentarim are so long past our own godly roots, I'm afraid I forget the half of them. But you, I know. When did you start worshipping gods? Did they give your wee rodent a worm friend too?
Rodent?
Enough! You will show the Stone Lord proper respect, and you will return to the Guildhall and do as we have paid you to.
Of course. I only thought...
Wait. Flop all you wish, little fish. But Minsc has caught you.
On that note, good luck. The job will be done by the time you get to the Guildhall.
Jaheira! You have an evil, much uglier twin sister. Minsc does not like this.
You sully the ground you stand on.
Jaheira! No!
Against the darkness swarming his senses, a single light glows. Rage, flaring brighter every moment.
Killed her.
He won't stay down for long. Tell your Elitha to protect him from the Elder Brain's influence. Quickly!
No. This one will not aid our cause. Get rid of him.
Extend your protection to him.
Don't be foolish. He is too unpredictable. He will only be a hindrance to us.
His unpredictability saved the city before. We need him.
No, I will not be coerced into protecting him. You do not see what I do. His thoughts, his mind, pure chaos.
The Mind Flare pours poison in your ear, I think. Tell it I will tear the prism from your grasp and throw it into the deepest lava pit I can find. Long after our bones are dust and ash, the walls of its prison will still be burning. Now help my friend!
She bluffs. Surely she would not risk the fate of all for one simple life.
I don't think you want to find out.
Fine. Have it your way.
His mind unfolds beneath yours. A still lake pulls you down into its depths. Images flash by, battles fought, and friends fallen. His rage grows colder, burrows deeper, as a familiar face crystallizes before you.
Jaheira! You killed her!
You are being dramatic.
The instant's hesitation is enough. With a sensation of terrible rending, something vast and nameless falls away from his mind.
There. It is done.
Jaheira? I do not understand.
Good. That means you're back to your old ways. We have a lot to discuss. But first, you have someone to thank.
In the sudden silence, your minds merge once more. More memories, sensations, but passing too quickly for you to track. In the same breath, you share everything that happened to you. The Nautiloid, the Absolute, the chosen of the dead three.
You saved Minsc. While he danced like a Mind Flayer's meat puppet. Why?
Jaheira insisted.
Suggested.
You do well to heed her. Jaheira was very wise. Even before she was very old.
And because I'm infected too, I know your actions weren't your own.
A level head and a kind heart. It is well that Boo kept me from crushing either. I would be rid of this parasite. Minsc takes orders from only one tiny beast, and he is much cuter than any mind maggot. He is... Where is he? Where are you? Speak, so I might know you are well. My friend, from our brief sharing of skulls, I know you have faced many strange beings, but none like this. Whatever happens, show no fear and stay your hand. Trust in Minsc.
I do trust you, I think.
Minsc finds that the less thinking he does, the easier the trusting comes. Wait! You gaze into Minsc's soul and see his foul crimes. You smell the stench of evil upon him, pointy claws primed, ready to scratch out his eyes. I am sorry, my friend. I am at the mercy of your faultless justice. Now, if you must burrow through my blackened heart, I am ready. No? You are certain? Oh, such boundless compassion. You are all heart, and whiskers, and cute little nose. You are right, of course. There is still much evil for Boo and Minsc to stamp out. But we need not fight it alone. I have a new face to show you. But it is not a villainous one for the clawing, understand? This is Boo. And Boo, meet you?
It is an honor.
No, it is a hamster. A miniature giant space hamster. Fear not, you will learn the difference in time. Those villains locked Boo away, lest his righteous gaze cause their tadpole to flee in terror. Now we are together again. All will be exactly as... Boo, why do you use such language? Once more, my hamster proves himself my greater half, and makes the path clear when my mind is fuzzier than his tiny bottom. He says we will join with you, and cleanse Baldur's Gate of evil. Together!
Can I trust you not to turn on me again, Stone Lord?
I give you my solemn vow. Should any of us show signs of weakening to the worm, or any other evil, Boo will slaughter us all in our beds. I hope this brings you comfort.
Good enough for me. Let's go.
Get comfortable, Boo. We go to battle and... to glory, or glorious death.
I think you might have made a terrible, terrible mistake. Huh? Chasing rumor halfway around the city and back. Crossing the guild. Wading through filth. Defying the one creature upon whom your very life depends. All for a madman and his rodent.
Boo would know the meaning of your meaningful glances.
The Absolute threatens thousands. The entire coast. And still you risked much to help one man. I should berate you. But I can only say thank you. Your reasons were your own. But whether you meant for it or not, your fight is our fight, huh? Both of us. To the very end. Do not take that tone with me, rodent. Fine, fine. All three of us, then.
Don't go getting sentimental on me now, Harper.
Those misty eyes are just age. Yes, I feel myself growing older as we stand here. So, lead the way. We're yours to command.
Minsc just joined our team. This is the best day of my life.
Do you feel it, Boo? The path of virtue beneath my boots once more. Boo and I, we are in your debt, my friend.
You're quite quick to call me friend.
Of course, my friend. Or are we not friends?
There hasn't been much time to look for friendship in all of this.
Boo never looks to give me fleas. Sometimes you just pick these things up along the path. Now, does Boo see a question in your eye, or just a parasite poking through?
Answer me honestly. What's with the hamster?
Well, Boo, explain yourself. Clear enough?
I speak with animals. Why can't I understand him?
Can you not? Do you not see his noble bearing? The deep wells of wisdom that are his eyes? Boo speaks of much. Perhaps one day, you will be ready to listen.
Enough joking. Does the hamster actually speak to you?
There is nothing jestful in the bond between a ranger and his companion. Before Boo, I was a typical berserker of Rashomon. Duty-bound and full of my own seriousness. The problem with one so gazing of their navel, however, they are easily ambushed. Brigands split my skull like a sodden wineskin. It was as I recovered that Boo first appeared. He told me that I had felt the great poking finger of justice, marking Minsc as its champion and Boo as my guide. As for the headache, well, justice cannot always afford to be gentle.
So you're a paladin of justice?
Do not be ridiculous. If any of us is chosen by the gods, it is obviously Boo. Now, shall we away? My boots crave the crunch of unvirtuous nethers.
Do you remember why you were meeting with the Zentarim?
So dark an alliance sealed with Zentish contracts, cultish vows, and a dragon's shining hoard. You think Minsc could forget? You are correct. I have no idea what any of that was about. But we shall simply... Boo! Why do you gnaw at my soft parts? I am trying to... Once again, in smaller words? I see. This truth you seek. Boo believes that Minsc is knowing more than Minsc knows. But it is a difficult thing. There are memories of this time that Minsc does not remember. And Boo suggests that, just as he helps with tricksome itches in awkward places, you must reach what Minsc cannot. The parasite. You can use it to tickle free whatever truth you seek.
You sound reluctant.
The worm has already whipped me around the city like a slack-backed pony. I have no wish to saddle myself a second time. But if it cannot be Boo who pops inside my skull for a rummage, then I trust you. Or Jaheira, but she is currently possessed of an empty head.
I count my blessings every day.
At first, there is nothing. His mind is empty as a still expanse of open country. But then... Your face, the Stone Lord's face, mirrored in bloodied steel. In the heat of burning buildings, you hold your blade high above pale, frightened faces.
No, that is not right. I slew only monsters. The voice said that they were monsters.
A whisper, the Absolute's voice, twisting the petty guild thieves before you into snarling, savage beasts, feeding on the weak of your city.
The guild. The Stone Lord hunted them, peeled away their rotten ranks one by one to lay bare their corrupt heart. 9 fingers keen. That is what the Absolute bought Black Zentish Steel to do. To kill the Guildmaster.
So the Zentarim overthrow the guild. What then? What do the cult get?
What does it matter? Cultish thinking has occupied Minsc's mind for long enough. Now is time for doing. And this talk of evil overthrowing evil, pah! Like a many-headed hydra biting at its own throat. Bring forth the hydra, says Boo. More faces for the punching. First we pop the Zentarim blood, then we show 9 fingers, the 5 fingers of Minsc. Yes?
Minsc.
No, Jaheira. The Zend, the Guild. 2 cheeks of the same evil end. Minsc will punt them from the city, and with them, all memory of this Stone Lord.
You seem keen to forget that this was all you're doing.
Minsc has forgotten nothing. Once we are done with the undoing of his deeds, then we will speak of this Stone Lord.
First, let us just get to the guild hall. We can buff out our chests and figure out what to do once we are there.
Ah, the smell of adventure. In the very heart of the city.
The city's lower intestine, perhaps.
What's all this now, Zen? The city's ransom I'm paying you not enough.
Been wanting to smash some Zent heads.
Easy. Any guild member strikes the first blow, it won't be the Zentarim that kills them.
So it's that simple.
Drop your weapons, bring out Nine Fingers, and this can all end peacefully. For you, at least. What's this, Stone Lord? It's a little late to change the terms of our deal. The pieces are already in place.
This Stone Lord is no more. Boo and Jaheira and my friend would not let me stay cursed. And the only terms we offer are between my boot and your treacherous buttocks.
I see. That's unfortunate. And what about the adult in the room? Whatever I told that lot below, this will end in bloodshed. All you have to do is pick the right side.
I will. But I don't think you'll like my choice.
A hero. There's a time for heroics, my friend, and a time for common sense. This is the latter. The Zentarim have been trying to crack Baldur's Gate for years, but Nine Fingers' grip has been too strong. And look what it's come to. Her guild is disorganized, undisciplined. The cult broke them in a matter of days, while my Zentarim still stands strong. A guild under our control can do what Nine Fingers failed to. Drive the Absolute out of the city once and for all, and then remain on in the city to protect its good citizens from any future threats. For a reasonable fee, of course.
My hamster can smell your lies, villain. Foul not his little nose.
Fine. Let us talk of truth, then. Do your friends know how many you killed in the Absolute's name, Stone Lord? Do you?
Do not call me that. Minsc is Minsc.
Oh? I don't recall any tales of Minsc helping the likes of Nine Fingers. A known thief? A murderer? I thought Minsc of Rashamen served the side of good. I'm the last to judge, big man. You were just following orders. And hey, that's all you have to do now. If you don't know what's right, just let the grown-ups talk. Because I know your friend will make a smart choice.
You're mistaken. Minsc of Rashamen always knows the right thing to do.
Your leader is not wrong. The guild is a band of treacherous scoundrels, and Nine Fingers the worst among them. But the Stone Lord, Minsc, was many times worse. I have no right to judge, so it will not be Minsc who does the judging. My hamster will count to 3. Lay down your arms, Zentarim, and Boo will spare your lives.
Truly? I am handing you the guild, and you'd throw it all away on the word of a madman. Think about this. It defies all logic. Oh, enough. Zentarim, to arms!
That's enough gawking all. Back to work. There's a mess needs cleaning up here.
So the guild comes out on top. Sometimes Nine Fingers are all you need, eh?
Don't know what Keen was thinking, inviting Zentarim in the first place. Like trying to leash a bloody viper.
We serve her still, and so do you. Kind of you to take the Zentarim down first. But that doesn't make us friends. Come on then, Stone Lord. If you mean to take my chair, you'll get no better chance than this.
Minsc has no interest in your furniture, Nine Fingers. Only in the wicked rump that fills it.
What?
You have been a stone in this city's boot for too long. And it will be no Stone Lord who reaches twixt Baldur and Sticky Toes to dislodge you. It will be Minsc!
I haven't got the slightest idea what he's trying to say. Proof that he is back to normal, no?
He's been like this ever since I knocked some sense back into him.
You might have knocked it out, but a good thing you did. He's more like his old self again. Good. I'd rather you die as Minsc the Mad Rashimar. It's silly, but do you know, you were something of a hero of mine when I was young.
Even now, your tongue twists the truth. When you were young and 10-fingered still, Minsc and Boo were stone, instatuated on a city square.
Aye, I remember the spot. By a garden on the Wide. A soft thicket near the market, with ample pockets to pick. Celestia itself to a street rat looking for shelter. You might not have been wrestling monsters, but you kept the wind and the rain off. Heroic enough for me.
Bah! You tried to dampen Boo's eyes. Do not think you will be spared his teeth. Evil is evil, even if it was once innocent.
Oh, I'm no innocent. But evil? Well, you tell me. With the Fist, the Watch, and the Council itself all licking the Absolute's boots, who's the only one left standing to protect Baldur's Gate?
She's right, Minsc. She's been an ally down through the years. A friend, even.
A friend? Jaheira, Boo cannot believe his ears. Has the city fallen so far in our absence? Are there no heroes left?
Heroes come and go. But the Guild has always been here protecting the city. Until the Stone Lord came to break us.
She's right. The Guild will fight for the city. We just have to let them.
I am shamed. Nadeshka. Unworthy to fight alongside my friends. Boo, what am I to do?
I can't speak for your rodent, but I know something of debts. If you reckon you've got one to repay, well, we could always work together.
With you? Pfft. Minsc has no lust for gold, that he would shake grandmothers by their ankles or set Boo nibbling at their purse strings.
I'm not talking about that. We've both got bigger enemies than one another. The city's enemies. And Tyr's honest truth, you gave my guild the wake-up call it needed. We've grown complacent, lazy, too sure of our standing. We never would have needed the Zent if we'd had a fighting force of our own. Swords for the city when the Watch and the Fist fail us.
Like a berserker lodge of my homeland. No army or militia serving the local lords, but heroes working for the common good.
Heroes. Sure.
Very well. Minsc and Boo accept.
I'm sorry, you what?
Boo and I will be your berserker lodge, taking the ugly ways of your guild and beating them into a more virtuous shape.
That's not even slightly what I was saying. I wasn't asking.
You are right. I have proven myself unworthy. I cannot serve this city if I was so easily turned against it. If I do not know my own mind, perhaps I no longer know what is good.
Minsc, I'm fairly certain that good is literally the only thing you do know.
My friend, I am touched by your kind words. And now I must be equal to them. What say you, Boo? When the Absolute is slain, shall we join Nine Fingers Keen and show her the ways of goodness?
You did say he was your hero, Estelle. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, can't we just go back to killing one another instead? All right, fine. Let's leave this particular fight for when the actual war is won, shall we? With the Stone Lord off my back, I'll be able to bring my people out of hiding, cobble together a force so we're ready when you call on us. You have my thanks. Though, I'm still not actually sure you haven't made my life that little bit harder.
Well, Minsc went from an enemy to an asset. You're welcome.
Enemies and assets are all the Guild know. Don't think I won't use him. If the Rashomar wants to work off a blood debt, I won't turn him down. Scares my kingpins shitless. My guild was too fractured to stand up to the Absolute. Too corrupt to see the threat within. I reckon a little bit of hamster talk might be good for them.
And you're sure you'll handle Minsc so easily as that?
What? I was trying to spy a nice warm spot for Boo's bedding.
I think I'll manage. We need to survive the fight to come first. So let's save our talk for a bright new day.
That story you told Minsc, was any of it true?
You can't just swallow every bit of storybook tripe that you hear. Do I strike you as a little lost girl looking for a hero? Now lose the stupid look on your face and tell me what you need.
That's all for today. Have a peaceful evening, Guildmaster.
My friend, now we have settled the matter of the guild. I fear there is something I must tell you. You and Boo both. It may shock you both to know, but Minsc and this Stone Lord, they are one man. The same one man. And that same one man is Minsc.
I'm aware. You tried to kill me multiple times.
Never has Boo been more proud of my failures. I wish to believe the Stone Lord's evil was the worm alone, tainting my thoughts with foul dung. But I see now, the dung was within Minsc all along. So I wonder, if Minsc can be a villain, and Nine Fingers a hero, must it be so with all creatures? Is there good and evil within us all? Boo calls this nonsense. Less thinking of bad thoughts, says he, and more breaking of bad bones. But still, I would hear what you have to say on the matter, my friend.
Everyone has a potential for good. It's just buried deeper in some, or lost along the way.
I see. In the case of Nine Fingers, perhaps it was all bunched up in that finger she lost. It shall be for Minsc and Boo to be her virtuous pinky. It is strange. A worm sits within my skull, twisting my thoughts. But it is you that have made Minsc see the world anew. You, my friend, are the true parasite. There is good and evil in all. Let us go crack villainous skulls so that the virtue might leak free. Yes, Boo. I am becoming something of a philosophizer.
When our minds mingled, I saw some strange things.
Oh? The mind of Minsc is a simple place. Of what strangeness do you speak?
The memories resurface, a lifetime of battles blurring into one. A single constant is Minsc, launching into the fray no matter the foe, be they god, monster, or man. It seems just the barest glimpse of what the man before you has seen and done, but enough to know that he has no right to still be alive.
Ah, wait! That look in your eye. I know exactly what visions of Minsc you have seen to cause you such wonder. My pants. Thrice laced in the Rashomar style, so that a berserker might split skulls without fear of splitting bridges too.
Ha! Pretty good idea.
They are fiendishly complex, but fear not for Minsc. With training, he has learned to master the many little knots.
Right. Funny how they never made space for any of that in the songs.
The bard, says Boo. They conspire not to safeguard our trousers, but to rid the world of pants entire. On this matter of sharing memories, I see no reason for us to worry at one another's worms. If there is more we wish to know, we can simply ask, no?
Of course. A warrior speaks their mind instead of reading others.
Exactly so. If I must peer into the mind of my enemy, I use an axe. For friends, there is ale. No, my friend. If you fear you have a question that Minsc cannot answer, then you can simply ask Boo.
Minsc is so amazing!
Minsc has great heart. We shall need the likes of him for the trials to come.
Boo seems like a worthy addition to our group. His pet, Minsc, may prove useful also.
Minsc seems quite the, enthusiastic ally. Would all do well to remain on his good side. And out of the range of his fists.
On Kresh Kalir, giant space hamsters are a staple food. Their hocks are quite scrumptious, if a bit fatty.
Wait a moment. Giant space hamsters are real?
Very. But I've never heard of a miniature version, let alone a conversant one. Which means Boo is either a rare specimen, or an ordinary hamster.
So, we can add one bald wall of muscle to our little group. I'm sure he'll come in handy. Maybe as a doorstop.
If you don't mind, sir, I do believe... Sir Stone Lord, returning to make another withdrawal.
Do not fret, little banker. Minsc has no need of your services. Boo holds all our valuables in his little cheeks.
Right you are. Efficient.
Why, you? What in shadows have you come back for?
You have been the subject of many wrinkled brows between my hamster and I, Sir Banker Beard. On the one hand, you are clearly evil and deserving of a mouthful of righteous knuckle. But, on the other hand, the one in which Boo sits and pleads your case. At the time of our last meeting, Minsc was the evil one. So, we are not agreed on whether we will return here and feed you to a mimic yet.
I see. Well, by all means, keep me up to date.
Here is the coin that was taken.
And not even a whisker light. God, you're a boring bastard. Me too, I suppose, because I'm not even tempted to scam you. Take this Volcane. You'll find something by way of thanks inside.
What do you think about the Zent's attempt to take over the guild?
Hardly the noblest conflict we've encountered, but criminals will have their squabbles, even in the looming shadow of utter annihilation.
I don't like getting caught between the guild and the Zentarim. You always make enemies when you take sides in a struggle like that. And in this case, they're enemies we might not see coming until it's too late.
Fine lodgings you have found, my friend. Boo is already in negotiations with the guardian spirits of this place. In Baldur's Gate, they are likely to be rat-formed and eager to charge rent. But Boo shall secure safe slumber for all. Now, what do you need of Minsc?
Tell me about the Rashomon.
Oh, my friend. There is much more to know of Minsc's homeland than he could ever put into words. Boo might fare better, but his home is far stranger again. Well, in many ways, it is the very opposite of this city. The far side of Faerun, with empty plains, white forests, and peaks that pierce the very belly of the sky. But it is like the city too. Here, it is loud with the daily wailing of people. In Rashomon, it is also loud, if you know where to listen. The Telthors, guardian spirits of every root, rock, and tree. Here in the sleeping lands they are silent, but in the far north, They know how to speak still.
Why do you call this the Sleeping Lands?
Because it is slow and stupid and sleeping. Boo says Minsc should phrase this in a kinder fashion. Telthors are the living soul of the land. They flit about, offering petty blessings to those who show respect, or playing tricks on those who do not. This is so in Rashiman, but not beyond her borders. Here the spirits sleep, and perhaps we ought to be glad of this. In Rashiman, a Telthor is wind and snow and soil. In Baldur's Gate, it would be stink and stain and a far less pleasant type of soil. If my meaning is not clear, just check under your boot.
Rashiman sounds like an interesting place. Why did you leave?
The first time, my Dajema. A warrior's quest of proving. Minsc quickly proved that quests do not always go as the stories say. After wandering a ways and some savings of the Sword Coast, Minsc returned to Rashiman to find a welcome fit for hamsters and heroes. The Iron Lord himself came to bear witness to Boo. Minsc of Rashiman, said he, your Dajema is done. Minsc politely disagreed. Dinah here was dead, and so his Dajema could never be done. Then swear your service to me, Minsc of Rashiman, said he. Serve your land as your lord's chosen champion. Minsc politely disagreed. It was a little awkward, but he had already sworn his service to Boo. Minsc of Rashiman, said he, you insult your Iron Lord. We will settle this matter in the circle of combat. It was only polite for Minsc to agree. After they carried the Iron Lord away, the Council of Witches gave Minsc a pack of provisions and said it would be best if he continued his adventures for a time. Yes, Boo, that was before we were stone. Perhaps we are due a little homecoming when all of this is done, no?
I'm very interested in what this whole thing about being turned into a statue was about.
Ah, you come in search of stories. It is not yet time to tuck Boo in for the night, but very well. After our adventurings with the Ballspawn, Boo had had his fill of godly flesh. So, we returned to Baldur's Gate for a time. After all, in every city there is a sweaty underbelly, crying out for a virtuous scrubbing. None better to wield a brush than Minsc and Boo. Perhaps we rubbed some villain's rump a little too raw. This Minsc does not know. One moment we stood in the city slums, the next, ambush! Then Minsc and Boo woke on the wide, with stone dust in sensitive places.
And you never saw who did it?
The mind of Minsc was occupied with important matters. I was browsing a slum vendor's stall, looking for Boo's favorite nuts. And then, I was stone. For Minsc, those years passed as quick as a hiccup. It was long ago, then it is now.
You traveled 100 years in a moment. What do you make of this new world?
I do not like these metal men on the streets, or the villains who hide behind them. But the new world is not so different to the old one. The city still clings to the hill. The sea still stretches on forever. And the stench of evil still makes Boo wish for a tiny peg on his nose. As long as that stench remains, no matter how old or young the world is, Minsc and Boo will not rest.
Is it true you traveled with the Ballspawn who saved Baldur's Gate?
Countless tales are told of Boo and Minsc. Many of them are so outlandish that even I do not know if they are true. Did Minsc bravely fend off the seductive vials of a succubus in the cloisters of Candlekeep? Maybe. Did he take a bath in the river Styx and temporarily forget himself? I do not remember. Did he travel with a spawn of the god of murder? who warred against his evil brethren and battled triumphantly at the throne of Baal itself. Of course, it was a splendid adventure.
What is your fondest memory of adventuring with Baalspawn?
The bards sing of fallen gods and mighty battles, but that is a small part of any saga. They do not sing of the times in between, when Saravak's butt had been kicked so hard that we thought he would never return. We settled in Baldur's Gate for a while. Gorian's Ward, Imoen, Jaheira, Minsc, Boo, and Jaheira, my witch. She hated the city at first. Too busy, she said, too noisy, too many people. She complained of the smell, although she complained of Boo's smell too, and he smells of fresh honey cakes, so Minsc believes her nose was confused. Then, one day, we walked past a shop full of wonders. Tiny magics fizzed in the air, and wizards from every corner of the world bickered and bartered. Sorcery sundries. Jaheira fell in love. Dragged poor Minsc there every day, and made him stand watch while she browsed the shelves. Minsc frowned and complained. He felt more like a babysitter than a berserker. But how Jaheira smiled. Not long after, Minsc and Boo were captured, and Jaheira was dead. Oh, I would gladly be a babysitter again to see her smile. That is what I remember, more than any battles against Baal and his spawn. Yes, Boo, I know you miss her too.
You seem so positive for someone who has lost so much.
Boo says the tadpole thrives on her misery. To think dark thoughts is only to feed the darkness. It pleases Minsc more to sour its stomach with good thoughts, or better yet, not to think at all. With this in mind, Minsc thinks he has gathered enough fluff from gazing at his navel for the moment, no?
You called yourself Nideshka before. What does that mean?
It is a phrase in the old tongue of Rashiman, meaning blunt blade. Even in the very belly of their battle rage, a berserker must always know friend from foe. A berserker who cannot must into battle with a blunted sword, so that their rage might harm none but themselves.
From what little I know, you've survived worse. I think the gods must be watching over you.
Boo and I, we thank you for your kind words, my friend. But Minsc knows when he has made a mess that is for him and him alone to clean. But still, I will strive to be worthy of this faith you show in me. After all, even a blunt blade can break some bones, is it not so?
Yes, Minsc. Now, go get some rest. We'll talk later.
Jaheira! Boo is trying his best to explain, but I still do not understand your anger.
Do not hide behind your hamster, Ranger. You do not understand because you do not listen. We were the first to discover the cult, and if you had only waited, we might have marshaled our numbers and—
Good does not wait for evil to button up its breeches. When it offers buttocks for the smacking, Minsc and Boo greet cheek with hand.
That sounds like a fun evening.
It is well that Boo's innocent ears still ring from all this shouting.
This mess falls on our heads, Minsc. The city under siege, its people poisoned by the cult. It all might have been avoided if you had just put your feelings aside and listened.
Speaking of feelings, does Minsc know you were ready to kill the Emperor for him?
My own foolishness does not absolve Minsc of his. You meant well, Minsc. But you exposed the city to harm. You helped the cult spread. And worse, perhaps than any of this, you forced me to leave you behind.
But this is where Minsc falls short of the understanding, Jaheira. What else is a berserker for, if not to charge into danger ahead of his Wicklaren?
The Wicklaren, Wise women of Rashomon, each bonded to a berserker bodyguard for life. There is no higher title nor deeper bond in all of Rashomon custom.
Wiclarin? Minsc, I am not your witch. You are not my bodyguard. This is not some high lodge of your homeland.
Boo agrees you're a queer kind of witch. But this city is a queer place. And Minsc, you may have noticed, is sometimes strange himself. The titles matter not. Only this. When Minsc does as Minsc does, and charges in to make a mess, Jaheira does as Jaheira does, and finds a way to save us all anyway.
Oh, that's actually kind of sweet.
Oh, I fight alongside fools.
You hear that, Boo? We fight alongside a Wiclarin again.
I am your friend, Ranger. I am not your witch. There will be no ointments or healing balms.
Not even for Boo?
Have you and Jaheira always had such a quarrelsome relationship?
We have. Is it not wonderful? There is no need for sweet words between companions such as we. Too often those are the weapons of flatterers and frauds. But she who will beat you about the head with the cold and pointy truth, that is a true Wiclarin.
It's sweet that you and Jaheira still have one another after all this time.
A hero is only as good as the friends they have at their back. This is why Boo favors this spot just above my buttocks.
Right. On that note, what do you think about our companions?
You hear that, Boo? Your keen skills of observation have not gone unnoticed. Our friend wishes to consult your wisdom.
Yes, Boo. I'd love to hear your opinions.
So small is Boo that he is often mistaken for a pinecone, and many secrets are spoken in his hearing. He will tell what he knows. But Minsc, of course, will translate.
Let's hear your thoughts on Astarion.
Boo has said it is unkind to speak behind the backs of some of our companions, and unwise to say certain things to their faces.
What about Will?
Ah, the Great Blade of Frontiers. A fine name. Minsc has no idea what it means, but it suits young Will's air of mystery well. It is good to know the city did not go unprotected while I wore pigeon droppings on the wide. Jaheira did her part, of course, but she prefers to scowl from the shadows. This city needs a name, a face, preferably a furry companion, too.
He has a companion, all right. Her name is Mizora.
Mizora. This is some manner of exotic bird?
Close. A cambion, bound to him by an infernal pact.
What? Will, the Blade of Frontiers of whom I heard, is no man to deal with devils. Boo speaks sense, as ever. There is goodness in Will. We have seen it. If there be a devil on his shoulder, then Minsc and Boo will sit astride the other. He will not be long in coming back to himself, I think.
What's the word on Halsin?
Who is Halsin?
The elven druid.
Oh, the tiny, puny elf with leaves in his hair and dirt under his fingernails. His name is Halitosin. How very unfortunate.
You're both giant, hulking do-gooders. I thought you'd get along.
Pah! Minsc saw the druid chasing himself in circles and sniffing his own butt last night. He has spent too long as a wolf and not enough as a man. No, Boo! The druid did not beat Minsc at the arm wrestling. It was not a fair match, and it turned into an owlbear midway through, and there was grease on the tree stump.
What do you think of Lae'zel?
Minsc knows her people well. The skin of the world is thin up in Rashomon, and it is easier there for things to slip between the planes. Sometimes these are wonders from other worlds. Sometimes warriors, hungry for plunder. Such visitors have inspired a saying among my people. The children of Gith live long and forget the face of death. And so they come to Rashiman to be reminded.
So you see the Githyanki as your enemies?
They are raiders, so they raid. Minsc's people are berserkers, and so they get a little grumpy at this. It is no bone-deep blood feud, as it is with the Red Wizards of Thay. No, Minsc has no hatred for Githyanki. It is a fine thing to fight against them. And a fine thing to fight beside them too, I think. Besides, the children of Gith alone have witnessed a sight that I have long yearned to behold.
And for a moment, you share in a vision tinged with his awe. Imaginings of the astral sea, an immense horde of wild space hamsters drifting in the endless expanse.
The Githyanki may have Minsc of Rashiman's ire, sometimes healthy servings of his sword. But for this, and this alone, they shall always have his respect.
The cub speaks.
Cub?
Not so much a term of age or affection as simple old habit. You object?
I've been called worse things.
And will be again. But now I shall mutter them under my breath, out of respect.
I am truly overwhelmed by your kindness.